first show out the door, okay? You coming to the premiere?
Oh, yeah. It's like my one hope of getting laid ever. I'm all over it.
Okay, that's okay. He hasn't been proposed for 9 months. Viral. Wait. Teapot 17. BFDI Teapot. It's not a valid broadcast session. I'm back. I'm back. Broadcast session.
Oh, you stop. Uh-oh. Ow! Oh, got it! Uh-oh.
Tim, fancy seeing you here. Care to explain yourself?
So, we were trying to get Kai's table, but we didn't want to disturb you. Did it work? Did it work? No, Kai, not exactly.
You should have just asked. I'd have given it straight back.
Oh, when you put it like that, it sounds like a much better plan. Sorry, Mum. I suppose we did disturb you a bit in the end.
That's okay. Come on then, Tim. I needed a break anyway.
You can ask your parents to subscribe to the Nick Jr. YouTube channel for new videos every day. And find more of your favorite shows on TV on Nickelodeon and the Nick Jr. channel. On TV on Nickelodeon and the Nick Jr. channel.
That ear-piercing scream is an unruly child on a transatlantic flight to New York. The passengers describe an 8-hour flight from hell with non-stop and nerve-jangling screaming and fussing. They even covered their ears to drown out the 3-year-old. His mom was overheard telling flight attendants he has behavioral problems. Passenger Shane Townley shot the video.
She kind of looked like she was used to it. He was climbing all over the chairs. He was just screaming, would not let up. He was running up and down the aisles. There was nothing she could do.
Before the plane even took off from Germany, the child's mother could be heard asking a flight attendant to turn on the Wi-Fi so the child could be appeased with an iPad. She was also heard pleading, "Calm down, honey."
Everybody was just kind of looking at each other like, oh, this is going to be a long flight.
The passengers sure were relieved when the flight finally landed at Newark International Airport after 8 hours of screaming. The worst flight ever happened in August, but the video just came to light today. So what should you do to control an unruly...
Daddy, you promised you'd got rid of Danger Mouse. Oh, don't you want me to be happy, Daddy?
Oh, no. I'll deal with him, I promise. Now, why don't you take the Ultra Melter I bought you? I promise. Now, why don't you take the Ultra Melter I bought you?
Meet the Hamsters of Hamsterdale! 5 fuzzy friends on one royal mission!
You're the greatest little fuzzy buddies ever.
Don't miss the brand new show, Hamsters of Hamsterdale, starts the 9th of November on Nick Jr.
Go, Jetters, go!
Now, what do you say we test out some disappearing?
For the past few years, Elaine has been surfing the internet looking for romance. After a succession of unfortunate liaisons,
I mean, this is Gordon Brown's worst week in politics since last week.
Oh, God, that's loose too. Oh, shoot.
In future, if you had a movie that didn't do so well, would you wallow in the bad reviews? Or
No,
would you
now I try and stay out.
And we call her the boss, so when we're in, have to be very, very polite.
We should talk about Josh's look before we do the final song. Should we? Marketing-wise, this is perfect.
We're on BBC One. Hey. We're on BBC One. Hey, who turned out the lights? Gromit, where's me hat? Oh.
The pair would get their own feature film in The Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
Hello and welcome to Christmas Eve on BBC Two, and this morning's programmes kick off with children's BBC.
Hello, good morning, and from all of us here, a very happy Christmas. Cliff Richard starts BBC Two's Christmas Day in just a few moments.
Good morning, a warm welcome to Boxing Day on BBC Two, which begins in a moment with some legendary film comedy, Charlie Chaplin in... A great classic of the cinema now on BBC Two. Charlie Chaplin's masterpiece of comedy and pathos with The Tramp and the Blind Flower Girl, City Lights.
Music with Sir Cliff now on BBC Two, a second showing for our special Christmas programme from Songs of Praise.
A new life in New York with his eccentric aunt, and a 10-year-old boy has everything to learn. The movie of a hit Broadway musical now on BBC Two with Lucille Ball as May.
Well, what a night that was on Strictly Come Dancing, and they also finished a bit earlier than planned. So now on BBC One, that also means a slightly early start for Outnumbered. And when you've got young kids, there are so many more questions than answers. And here is the BBC News, now on BBC One, slightly earlier than planned, with Kate Silverton.
Well, I was hoping to be a little more original, but oh well. Merry Christmas. From me, Duncan Newmarch, all the team here on BBC One, and the turkey. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
We're on BBC One. Hey, who turned out the lights? Gromit, where's me hat?
BBC One.
Gromit, where's me hat?
BBC One.
Well, what a night that was on Strictly Come Dancing, and they also finished a bit earlier than planned. So now on BBC One, that also means a slightly early start for Outnumbered. And when you've got young kids, there are so many more questions than answers. And here is the BBC News, now on BBC One, slightly earlier than planned, with Kate Silverton.
Well, I was hoping to be a little more original, but oh well. Merry Christmas. From me, Duncan Newmarch, all the team here on BBC One. And the turkey. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
We're on BBC One. Hey, who turned out the lights? Gromit, where's me hat?
BBC One has always had the best double acts at Christmas. Morecambe and Wise, the two Ronnies, Del Boy and Rodney, and now Wallace and Gromit's return with a Who Donut mystery. It's a matter of loaf and death. It's a matter of loaf and death.
Taking them to room 1.
in the East, now on BBC Two, a two-part account of the unbelievably brutal and extraordinary behaviour of the Japanese before and during the Second World War. There are scenes in the programme which are distressing.
Save it for Monday!
A nasty...
Save it for Monday!
A nasty secret for Mr. Hell coming up in half an hour. But first on BBC Two, it's definitely no secrets, and Anne Robinson is finally taking them to room 101.
BBC Choice. Oh.
Jules Holland, Macy Gray, Hall & Oates and Garbage just warming up for BBC Two tonight. They're with us in 10 minutes. Sunday night, BBC Two, Jules Holland.
On BBC Two.
Save it for Monday.
Look your last now, because the face of BBC Two is changing forever as of tomorrow morning. To take us into the new world, an old but well-respected film from director Robert Wise.
Foreign language, shouldn't we? Babies do.
Monday to Friday, 4 to 5 a.m. on BBC Two. Four friends use their language skills to find a bargain in Paris, now on BBC Learning Zone, in France Challenge.
Wednesday at 9 on BBC Two.
This is BBC Two.
Good morning, it's Monday morning and you're watching The Breakfast Show on CBBC.
How many candles for the birthday cake, now on BBC Two? It's number time. Let's get ready. A prickly customer now on BBC Two, living through the seasons with Watch. Next Monday, Watch is at the same time, 11:35 here on BBC Two. Digging the landscape now on BBC Two with Landmarks. Lunchtime fun with CBBC now on BBC Two with Liam.
Hello, it's Monday lunchtime and
They're going to need to think fast and talk quick to get out of a sticky situation. Farscape is in 25 minutes on BBC Two.